you guys can see, but we're watching, well, Cheryl has gone through a BuzzFeed video rabbit hole yet again.
Yeah.
How's that,
well, it was just
how's that working for you?
And it was just, you run it through, and you don't really have to pay a lot of attention. I wasn't feeling super great, so I haven't really been paying attention, but this one's interesting and makes sense for us.
Yeah, I guess. It's adults tasting baby food. Like, there are a couple people who I just cannot stand when they're reviewing stuff, because you're like, no, you have no idea what you're doing. And then there's this one guy who does reviews who, like, as soon as I see him, I'm just like, I hate your face. Mm-hmm. And he's not, like, part of BuzzFeed, but what he's trying to do is very BuzzFeed-like. Yeah. He's got somebody off camera telling him to eat stuff, and he gets, like, foods from around the world. And I think the first one we watched, like, he was doing, like, was it British stuff? Yeah, it was like a Kinder Egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, he unwraps the Kinder Egg and bites the entire thing, and he's like, oh, there's a toy inside. And I'm like, yeah, idiot, there's a toy inside. Did you not actually see that it says that there's a toy inside? Like, why were you a complete idiot and bite the whole thing? Like, where do you think the toy would be if it says toy inside? And then he tried, like, Filipino foods or Filipino snacks, and he tried polvoron, and he was just like, well, okay, firstly, Cheryl really misses.
It's my favorite. My favorite thing that Chuck has ever introduced me to in terms of Filipino snacks and stuff.
So what do you describe it as?
It's a cookie. I don't want to say flaky, that's not the word.
Crumbly?
It's a crumbly shortbread with pieces of Crunch Bar in it.
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah. And so he was like, oh, I don't know what this word is, so I'm going to think that it's like some sort of weird meat. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you can do that, or you could just shut up and, like, actually try it. So he's like, oh, well, I taste powder, but I don't taste the blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, that's really clever, haha. And then he's like, oh, I don't like it at all. I don't like, because I don't know what he was expecting. The entire, like, cookie thing, as soon as you bite into it, it just crumbles and falls apart. Because you're supposed to take, like, a big bite of it.
Like half of the time.
Pretty much. Or if you're like me, you shove the whole thing in your mouth and you're good to go. But no, like, I don't like I don't like the way that BuzzFeed is now, well, not specifically BuzzFeed, but some people are, like, being way overly critical of the foods that they're tasting. Like, one of the perfect examples was, it was, like, actually BuzzFeed China or something like that. Mm. And they had the parents try out Chinese food, like American Chinese food or North American Chinese food, and the kids try out the same thing. Yeah. And meanwhile, the kids are like, oh, this is disgusting. I don't know how people are eating this. Oh my gosh, like, oh, it tastes like foam. And meanwhile, cut to, their parents are like, this is actually pretty good. I like this. Food. It's not Chinese food, but it tastes good. Really good. Yeah, and you're like, I get it. You're supposed to, for your job, you're supposed to play up for the camera, but that's to an annoying degree. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that people, oddly enough, like SourceFed, are doing videos that are kind of like harpooning. Yeah. BuzzFeed, if you haven't seen the SourceFed video, they it's Nuclear Family, and they do, people try heroin for the first time, and it's just like, yeah.
It's kind of annoying, because, like, I know myself going in, if I were to do something like that, I would totally just be like, don't tell me what it is, give it to me, I'll try it, I'll give you my honest opinion of what I think it tastes like. Then tell me what it is, that's cool. But if you want my honest opinion, if you want my honest opinion on it, let me eat it first.
Yeah. How's that?
They've luckily moved down a little bit, because earlier they were all up here and causing weird feelings. But they've moved back down.
Well, that's
Luckily, yeah, it's nicer. I think it's because I ate, which, by the way, mac and cheese and hot dogs you can never go wrong with. So, I mean...
There's that.
Yeah, they're good. They've been pretty active today because I've been trying to just rest because I haven't been feeling good, so...
Yay!
You seem a little perturbed. Why is that? What's up? Oh, it's your little squirrel friend again, is it? The one who keeps giving you... It's your little squirrel friend again, isn't it? The one who keeps giving you trouble? Does he keep clawing at all the spots? Yeah? Let's see the culprit. That's it. Ignore the urge. Eat that. What's that? No more squirrel. So, I got a package. And we went to go pick it up, which is great. Some more formula, so that's awesome. But then we're like, well, let's go to Zayre's. We could, always use a couple more things. Pick a couple things up, especially snacks, because I find I'm getting